Good morning everybody. Hope you are all healthy and safe at home. We shall continue with our section 9.9, Independence of the Path. So in the previous lecture we had done a theorem which gave us a relationship between the conservativeness of a vector field and the independence of the path. If you remember, the theorem statement was that if f is a conservative vector field, then the line integral is independent of the path. So here in this lecture we are going to do another theorem which gives us the necessary and sufficient condition for the integral to be independent of the path. So let's see theorem 9.9.3. In an open connected region R, integral over C f dot dr is independent of the path if and only if integral over C f dot dr equal to 0 for every closed path C in R. So just go through the theorem once again. That is, the integral is independent of the path if and only if the integral is equal to 0 for every closed path which is there in that region. So let's see how we can prove this theorem. First of all, we'll prove both the parts one by one. So the first one is, let us assume that f is independent of the path. Okay, now if we need to show that the integral over C f dot dr equal to 0. So first of all we'll consider a region or a closed path. Consider C to be the closed path. Okay, so let me in the region R. Now let me consider a closed path. So this is closed, right? We are coming back to the same point. Now I am marking 2 points. This is B and this is A, and let this curve that is from A to B be C1 and from B to A be C2. Now if this was our C, then clearly what can we write? We can write C is equal to C1 union C2, right? Starting from A we are going, we'll reach B, from B again we'll reach A by passing through C2. So clearly C is C1 union C2. So what will be integral over C f dot dr? Integral over C f dot dr will be, we can write it as integral over C1 f dot dr plus integral over C2 f dot dr. Why? Because C is C1 union C2. So we can split the integration also. Now what I am going to do is, if C2 is a curve from B to A, then if we want to move from A to B, we can consider minus C2, right? C2 is moving from B to A, so it's minus C2, that is the opposite direction, that will be from A to B. So here C1 is a curve which is moving from A to B. Okay, C1 is a curve from A to B. Also minus C2 is again a curve from A to B, right? Now our assumption was that f was path independent. So by assumption, what can we write? By our assumption we get integral over C1 f dot dr is same as integral over minus C2 f dot dr, right? Because both are the same path from A to B, so both these integral will be same. Now let us just see how we had written f dot dr. We had written it as f dot dr is integral over C1 f dot dr plus integral over C2 f dot dr, right? Now I am going to write this as integral over C1 f dot dr minus integral of minus C2 f dot dr. By the property of integration, minus and minus, it will become minus into minus is plus. So both these terms are same. Now we have seen that integral over C1 f dot dr is same as integral over minus C2 f dot dr. So what will this value be? This will be equal to 0. So if f integral over C is path independent, then integral over C f dot dr is 0 for a closed path in the region. Now let's move on to the converse part of this theorem. So conversely, let us suppose that integral over C f dot dr is 0 for every closed path C in the region R. We need to show that the integral is path independent. Now here again let me consider the closed path C, and let me take 2 points A and B. Now we have to consider 2 different paths from A to B. So one is C1 and I am taking another path C2. Okay, both are path or curve moving from A to B. Now what I want to show is, I want to show integral over C1 f dot dr is same as integral over C2 f dot dr. So let me see. By our assumption, integral over C f dot dr is 0, and from the figure it is clear that C is nothing but C1 union minus C2, right? C is a closed path. So if I'm starting from A, I have to reach back to A. So using C1 I reach from A to B, and with the help of minus C2. If C2 is in this direction, minus C2 is in this direction. So with the help of minus C2, I can reach back to A. So C is C1 union minus C2. So integral over C f dot dr is equal to integral over C1 f dot dr plus integral over minus C2 f dot dr. Okay. Now this I can write by integration property. This is f dot C1 f dot dr minus integral over C2 f dot dr. Right. Now what was our assumption? Our assumption was this integral is 0. So that is, we get 0 is equal to integral over C1 f dot dr minus integral over C2 f dot dr. So from this, what can we say? We can say integral over C1 f dot dr is equal to integral over C2 f dot dr, where C1 and C2 are paths from A to B. So this implies integral f dot dr is path independent. So that is our theorem. We had shown that if integral is path independent, then our integral over C f dot dr will be equal to 0 for every closed path C in R. So we had stated another theorem which was like it was also an if and only if condition, that is if f is conservative, then the integral is path independent. So we can combine all the theorems together now. So we get that f is conservative implies f is path independent, and if f is path independent, then integral over C f dot dr is 0. So we can combine all these 3 theorems together. Even the converse is also true, that is if the integral over any closed path is 0, then the integral will be path independent, and the integral, if it is path independent, it will be, the field will be a conservative vector field. So we can combine all these 3 theorems together, and with this we are going to wind up with our session. That's it. Thank you. Stay home and stay safe.